If I could ask you this, I've had two of your players in the last week have said this is almost like college. They're having so much fun and it's such the team concept. I wonder, is that by design? Is that a happy byproduct of the system? Because it's such a team-first system and sharing the ball, and it's...
Well, some of us probably didn't love college. But I think our group, is enjoying competing with each other, enjoying playing with each other, and I think you see it on both ends of the court. And I think whatever that means, whatever kind of togetherness and all those things that I think every team and every coach thinks is important. Hopefully our group is finding all that and can continue it and hopefully even get better.
Why do you find it so important to get your guys rest during this time of the season?
Well, I think prioritizing players' health is something that's important for every team and organization. All of us are trying to find ways to keep players healthy and in a productive state of mind, a productive physical state, and sometimes you can be proactive and try and maybe take care of things before they become a problem instead of waiting. And we're just constantly thinking and trying to put our players in the best position for us to be the best they can be.
Coach, at what point in the season did you realize you had a really special group this year?
I mean, we've liked our group coming into camp all summer, and so we've still got a long ways to go. Who knows where it'll all go, but I think from day one we've really liked our group. When we were 5-5 or 5-7, we liked our group. So it's a competitive group that plays very unselfishly, and hopefully we can continue to do those things.
A lot of teams that move the ball, commit a lot of turnovers, and give up a lot of transition buckets. You guys have managed to move the ball and not give up a lot of transition buckets. I mean, what's the trick there, man?
I don't know. Transition is like the hardest, tricky.
Yeah.
It's like you watch film and you can't solve the riddle. And we talk a lot about transition D. We have some pretty basic fundamental principles that our players break on a regular basis, and we try and get them to break the rules less. And it's just transition is so hard, and when you turn it over, it's even harder. But I think our players hopefully appreciate and understand how important it is to being a good defensive team, that you've got to be good in transition, and we talk about it a lot, I'll tell you that.
Were there some important things you guys learned about yourselves when Al was out last year during that time?
Yeah, I think some of the guys that got to grow and develop, and I think all of us gained confidence in them probably gained some confidence in themselves, and get comfortable with how we play, and that no matter who we have, we're going to go out, and there's some core kind of principles that we're going to apply on the defensive end, the offensive end, no matter who's playing, and high expectations of each other no matter who's playing. And so I think if there can ever be some positives from missing somebody, I'm sure we could probably find some from playing without Al, as hard as it was.
People don't really put him in that top echelon of player, but you can, when you really watch, and you can really see what you guys do when he's in there. I mean, can you gauge his impact on your team, his importance to your team? I know that's sort of a loaded question.
Yeah, I mean, he's I think a very unique player, and he impacts the game in a big way on both ends of the court. I think that's what. And hopefully people appreciate it, and we're with him every day and every night, and so what he does on the defensive end of the court and the different parts of the court where he can have big impacts, on the perimeter and pick and roll defense at the rim, blocking shots, rebounding. He's just really versatile, and then you kind of can say the same thing on the offensive end. He's very versatile there. He does a lot of things for us that are, just impactful is kind of the best word I can think of. He's makes a big difference for us.
Coach, this Celtics team has changed quite a bit since the last time you saw them. Did it kind of feel to you while you were watching them on film that it's a whole new team? And if so, what are you seeing out of this new group?
I think that this group, the previous group and this group, they play hard. They're well coached. They've been a real problem for us, and you know, I think some of the guys that they've added are, you know, we're all, you know, very aware of, and, you know, maybe a little bit under the radar type guys that I think are really good players, and you know, they compete. They play, you know, I think they're third in the league in assists. They play unselfishly. I think this group's going to continue to do that. They're going to continue to play hard, and that's something that's, the importance of that can't be you know, overstated.
What is key in Jeff Teague's leap this season?
You know, I think one thing that, you know, we talk and we see a lot is, I think, his defensive effort and ability to, you know, impact the game on that end of the court. You know, we see big steps there, and I think, you know, hopefully that carries over to him being more aggressive, more confident on the offensive end of the court, and I think he's just getting, you know, more and more confident, more and more comfortable. He knows how important he is to us, and some nights it's, you know, finding teammates and setting others up. Some nights it's scoring, and you know, he's just doing a lot of things, and I think a lot of kind of little things that maybe go unnoticed that, you know, everybody sees the points and the assists and all those other things, but I think he's competing at a high level, and you know, we think he can be even better, and we'll continue to push him to do that.
Of all those little things that stand out to you, what are maybe one or two that are the most impactful for your team?
I think, you know, it's such a pick and roll league. You know, he's getting screened and playing pick and roll defense just constantly. You guys grab him. He's a lot more fun to talk to than I am. You know, as a point guard in this league, you're constantly getting screened. You're constantly having to navigate, you know, pick and roll situations, and it's not an easy job. It's not a job I would want, and I think the commitment that he's made, you know, it's really important in our league today, and you know, I think just, you know, shifts and activity off the ball, being more aware, you know, all the minutia that us coaches, you know, spend hours on watching film, and it's you can see it and feel it.
Coach, you talked about Al defensively, but Paul has also been huge for you guys. I think he's third in the league in defensive win shares. What does he do so well with defensive end for you guys?
Yeah, he does a lot of things. You know, I think his hands and his instincts are just really unique, and you know, he gets deflections. You know, he gets steals kind of within our principles, within our basic kind of fundamental type defensive principles, schemes. His instincts and rotations. You know, he's just he's kind of gifted, and just we try not to screw him up and just kind of let him be Paul, and he does a lot of things that, you know, just really can't teach and that are very instinctual.
Coach, you're an understated coach for an understated team. Is this publicity that you've gained over the last couple of weeks, is that a bad thing for you guys, a good thing? How would you characterize kind of what's going on in Atlanta? Because obviously you're not, you know, you're a low-key guy, and this team is low-key.
Yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, we probably would play the game with nobody in the stands, and no, I don't say that. That's where I played college. But I mean, we're kind of more focused on just working every day, and I think all the other stuff is probably not our nature, not in our character, and for sure not in mine. And we just hopefully can continue to work and get better, and that's more important than anything that anybody's thinking or saying, or all that stuff is kind of, I think, for hopefully not for us.